Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? My name is Dion Griffin, and I was a part of GenesisWorks class of 2010. 7 years ago, I sat where you sit now. And like you, my entire future was ahead of me. I'd like to share with you my journey. My early childhood was difficult, and my family struggled financially. There were some nights when we had to use candles for light because we couldn't afford to pay for electricity. When I was about 10 years old, my mother left the household, and no matter how hard my dad worked, the bills kept piling up. Finally, our house was foreclosed on, the car was seized. My father, my 4 siblings, and myself forced to move in with my aunt and her boyfriend in a 1-bedroom apartment. My father slept on the living room couch, and my siblings and I slept on the floor. The stress of that living situation ended up being overwhelming for my aunt, and she eventually kicked us out, and we were homeless. I had to pack everything that I owned into a little black suitcase. And for the next 3 months, I crashed on the couch at my brother's friends. But I never unpacked my suitcase because I didn't know when they would get fed up and decide to kick us out. The only time I felt at peace was when I would sit by the river and think about the future. One of the lowest points that summer came when I found myself outside a convenience store. I was hungry, I was tired, and I considered going into the store and shoplifting to get some food. And as I was walking through the aisles, the thoughts began to fly through my head about how much stealing clashed with the way that I wanted to live my life. And I decided to leave the store empty-handed. I took a seat on the curb and I began to cry because I felt so hopeless. It was at that moment the universe gave me a gift. A woman, a stranger who I didn't know, gave me $5 as she passed by and some words of encouragement. I went back into the store and bought the things that I was originally planning on stealing. It was then that I fortified my decision to live by the rules and do the right thing. My circumstances were not an excuse to be irresponsible. Not long after that experience, I learned about the GenesisWorks program. One of the biggest lessons that I learned from GenesisWorks was that through hard work and perseverance, anything is possible. Today, I'm a college graduate, and I work for the City of St. Paul as a housing project manager. I did my internship at Ecolab. Imagine what it felt like for a 17-year-old to be given the responsibility and trust that I received. That was when I realized that I had something unique to offer the world. It's hard to know where I would have ended up without the GenesisWorks program. Most other students from my high school never finished college. They were never pushed the way that I was. They never believed they could have a job at a Fortune 500 company. GenesisWorks gave me the opportunity to break the cycle of oppression my family members and other members of the community had been trapped in. So, as I look out at all of your faces, full of fear and excitement, I want you to know that you can overcome any challenges that confront you. I know that 7 years from now, you're going to be the corporate IT professionals, the entrepreneurs, and it might be you that's coming back to tell your story. My future is limitless, and so is yours. Thank you.